Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of Lounging by the Fireside here at Geektopia Island, where we go ahead and just, we just chill out, talk about some things, talk about some news, releases, ourselves, just whatever we can to hopefully entertain you all. Of course, I am Cardwell,
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Trevor.
and with that, let's go ahead and just jump on in. And usually, what we do here is we just talk about a subject, talk about ourselves, and see if we can get a conversation started. And the subject that we clamorly came up today was if we could be good in the entertainment industry or industry, what would it really be? And how we would even talk about that is for I'm gonna cheat because I have two things really. I have a lot of things, but one thing, especially for sure, I always wanted to be a voice actor, and that was either in video games or TV shows. I kind of want to do a cartoon, like I actually want to have a character, or especially in video games too, because that just seems really fun. And just making up voices and being silly for hours upon hours, yeah, seems awesome. Seems decent,
That does sound pretty sweet. I've thought about it. It'd be fun. It'd be real fun.
right? Just come in, read some lines for like hours on end, and be like, okay, we're good, and then see it come together in a beautiful masterpiece.
Yeah, never got to show your face or anything.
Exactly. Unless they do sometimes like use your likeness, like they did in a Bioshock Infinite and also Hellblade, right? Setsuna? No, wait.
I think it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Hellblade.
Yeah. I thought it had weird. Yeah, okay. Setsuna's, yeah, sacrifice. There we go. Because they actually use the actress, they mocapped her and everything, which is pretty cool.
yeah, they did a mixture of like animation and live action.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A side other thing that has to do really for video games that is to be like, every nerd wants to be good at a video game and be a pro player, quote unquote. I feel like I would love to be Rainbow Six Siege. That game is mechanically perfect, I think. They keep messing it with the new patches and new I guess down the road they keep adding new operators and such. But overall the fundamentals of the game are perfect. They don't get paid well as Fortnite players at all, but I don't know. Just watching the god of Rainbow Six Siege, Pingu, and how amazing he is at just playing it, I don't know. It seems extremely fun.
Yeah, the game's definitely not forgiving, but if you're good at it, you're good.
Yeah, like it literally rewards you for being the best. There's no transactions of steer like gear stats or items that you find. It's literally like, can you point at this gun and use this gadget correctly? Okay, good.
Yeah, like yeah, you can do a little bit of attachments to your weapon, but they do like slight mods to potentially help you out. But if you're good, you don't have to use them.
And the fact that you can outsmart your opponent because most of all walls are destructible and floors and ceilings too. So to be able to like blow up a wall but go around and distract your enemy and get like big brain plays, as they call it, and out because you outsmart your enemy. If you outsmart your enemy, you win. And it just seems extremely good, extremely competitive.
I'm not much of a Rainbow Six guy, but that'd be pretty legit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I remember playing like Counter Strike way when it first came out, when it first became a mod, and I loved playing that game. I played it up to 1.6 and then Source and then even the newest one. And I don't know, I never was really that good at it, but I always thought it would be fun to be good at that. And then Rainbow Six Siege came out. I was like, oh, this is a far superior game, I think. Which most people would kill me to say, but whatever.
Whatever. They can get over it.
Exactly. All right, what about you, Kevin?
Alright, so mine, I would probably want to do, like, being a professional at some sort of, like, RTS. Some sort of real-time strategy game, whether it's StarCraft, whether it's Warcraft 3, because Warcraft 3 I, like, grew up on, or any of those kind of, like, build an army and go attack things kind of thing. I've always loved those games, and to be, like, super good at it and, like, I don't know, be a professional at it, or quote unquote professional at it, would be awesome.
Yeah. I kind of wish there were more RTSs that are popular as StarCraft 2, because, like, Supreme Commander was extremely fun. I remember playing the hell out of that one.
One of mine that I played long ago with a friend was Empire Earth. That game was crazy because you could take all kinds of time to like get all these upgrades and stuff. And if you got upgrades, you won so hard. But that's where mine would be is RTSs.
Oh yeah, that would, yeah. Also, big brain plays for RTSs. You have to, was it keyboard per minute or whatever?
Oh yeah, you have to hit a whole bunch of actions per minute. It's kind of ridiculous.
I can never do that many actions per second or minute or whatever. I just can't do that.
Yeah, me either. It's like being a typist. You're non-stopping, just hitting the keyboard constantly and moving the mouse, and it's almost not even, you're not even playing a game at that point. You're just playing a program. Like it just becomes numbers and not actual gameplay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to watch those dudes go though, because like they get crazy.
All right, what about you, Trevor?
Well, for me, I'm not going to be all as entertaining as Cardinal and Kevin would be. But for me, it would probably have to be like a professional programmer. I just always liked the concept of programming. I don't currently program because I don't know any of the languages or any of the technical stuff for that. I haven't got into any of that. But being able to program any of the type of applications people use, program your own stuff, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, because once you know that, you have free will over everything, and now it's just for you to be creative or find someone creative to push you, to actually create something.
Yeah, it just to me it just seems really fun. I don't have the motivation currently to learn all that stuff because I know it is a lot of things to actually do. Because you got to learn the languages, you got to do the C plus, all that other good stuff, the Java,
Good old Yapa.
and that's I'm not good at learning another language, so
I understand. That's what I went to college for 3 years, and then I was like, no, I hate this. Like, I don't. You have to have the will to do it on your free time, and I did not care to.
that's understandable.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
All right, well that's fun, and of course with programming, you can go into pretty much everything: apps, video games, even music or creating music stuff, like
Yeah.
I mean,
everything.
with programming, you also have to have the like mindset for it. Like certain people are just built that way, and some people aren't. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not built that way. I don't give a, I don't care how something works. I just need to know that it works. I don't want to learn how it works. I don't need to know how it works.
You don't have OCD, is what you're saying.
I mean, kind of. I guess you could call it that way, but I just don't really care. Like we have a tech guy that's just like, hey, this is what this does, and I'm like, great, it works, great. That's what I need to know.
Because Kevin, you're the talent. You don't need to know. You just need
I'm
to
the
show
talent.
up.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
down
the
for
talent.
that. I'll be the pretty face. That's okay.
You gotta make it all confined. You gotta make it look good. You gotta make it work good. Gotta be smooth. I just can't hand it to you, and it works eventually. So that's not how that works.
And now you see where we were different.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. When we're in front of the camera and you're behind it, and we're like, nah, yeah, good job, Trevor. You mess with all those settings. We're good here.
That's what I do.
All right, well, we'll get into the news then. I guess the first thing we have is good old Twitch was using Ninja's Twitch account to promote other streamers when promoted, and then they accidentally promoted a stream, porn stream one by accident.
Yeah, so when Ninja moved to Mixer, they decided to start using Ninja's old stream to promote some Fortnite streamers to make it big, to basically use his following to promote other people, to help them out. Twitch, I don't think they were doing a smart move with that, just in general, because they shouldn't be giving publicity to the person that kind of moved. It's understandable.
Exactly. And at what moment do you actually own your channel then, right?
Exactly.
Because if they're just like, we're going to use your channel whatever we want to, and it's like, that doesn't seem right at all.
And basically, the layout of it would just say, like, the ninja you're looking for is another castle. Check out these popular live channels, and would put a list of Fortnite channels. Well, for whatever reason, a pornography stream was put into that list, and it apparently was a big controversy that prompted Twitch to actually revert the channel back to an offline, to where it no longer did that.
Good.
And Ninja did post about it, going on Twitter, talking about how he did dislike that, didn't understand what was going on, like why they were doing that, because no other streamer had their Twitch page used as such.
Exactly. So it's saying it shows a form of power that Twitch always had but never showed off.
Mm-hmm.
And now they do. And like what stops them from one day just being, oh, this big like Dr. Disrespect, for them to just be like, no, we're gonna make you watch, I don't know, Bill Nye the Science Guy now, and we're gonna put this on. And then Dr. Disrespect has no control over his account that he has millions of subscribers on.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but in the same regard, I think they were trying to help in the best interest, but we all know that when you try to do something out of the best interest, it usually doesn't work out real well. Or like sometimes doesn't. Because I really do think Twitch was trying to just help other streamers, and he had the platform to do it. I'm not saying they're right for it, but I think that's probably their reasoning for it.
Well, they could have just done it on their main page, be like, instead of this guy, go here.
Yeah, that's what their main page is used for, to help promote the smaller people. That's why many of the times you'll find people that are on the front page of Twitch that you've never heard from. They have low followings, and then so people go click on them, watch them, see if they like them. That's the whole point of that. Using possibly one of the most popular streamers on the platform to do that while he's not there, I don't know. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, not at all. Especially if like people are still donating money to him, who they think it is, you know. And then who's getting that money?
Yeah.
Twitch or Ninja. And Kevin, you reminded me of one of my favorite sayings of all time is, the road to hell is paved with great intentions. And I fully believe that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, I think they did it out of great intention to help other people, but I mean, it doesn't work out like that always.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, I believe Ninja was talking about how he was going to speak to his people about possibly removing his name, his channel from Twitch, so that something like this wouldn't happen again. Because he didn't want something like this to happen, nor would he ever think that would happen. Which is fair, because if you have a big channel, you don't want to promote something that bad by accident.
Exactly. And that will ruin his name too if like people care,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Like parents be like, whoa, Ninja's promoting porn?
Yeah. Even though he had no choice in the matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I hope Mixer's doing better for him than Twitch.
Hope so too. I actually on my Instagram, I actually talked to someone who was on Mixer, and he says he's been there for a couple of years, and he says the platform's really nice, it's smooth, and the community is actually great.
Oh, that's nice. It's hard to get a good community.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it will soon be ruined by Fortnite players, but okay.
They'll get there.
All right, we'll get there. We'll get peace on the internet one day. But speaking of something that's opposite of peace, sadly, of course, condolences for everyone of the mass shootings recently in America.
Yeah.
Walmart, everyone probably heard, is Walmart is removing all graphic that contain violence behavior in the wake of the current shootings. And this seems like we're going back in time in the 1990s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or early 2000s, where everyone attacked video games for violence.
Yeah, they're overcorrecting, and there's evidence to prove in the opposite. So it's not really in their favor. I don't understand it.
It's all about politics, you know. Crazy right-wing Republican politicians need something to fall back on and get people's attention away from the NRA, so they like stuff like this happens. Like Walmart's like, all violent things are going away, but yet they still sell guns, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like that's what's causing it, because you can get it. But then there's also the other side stating you can get it anyways. That's a whole lot of political talk we don't want to get into, for sure.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, well, yeah, I guess we don't want to get too political, but I mean, I believe in the Second Amendment. Like, I even owned a gun for a while. It just, I don't know. It's just stupid. Politics get too crazy. There's too much money in it, and it makes dumb things like this happen, where we go backwards in time instead of actually fixing actual real life problems.
Mm-hmm. Like for Walmart that's not promoting the violent video games, that will take a hit for them in terms of money because Walmart's everywhere. They're going to be selling video games everywhere. Well, if they're not promoting it, then no one's really going to go buy them, so that's going to take a hit because most of the most popular games are going to be the more violent ones.
Yeah, of course, and that's what kids will actually get during Christmas and stuff because parents will just buy them and be like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah, it's just a game. That's its whole design and purpose. It's supposed to be entertainment.
Sad that not more things are actually helping instead of just the president probably wagging the dog and something else is actually happening and we don't know about it right now. They're just like, here, look at this video game violent stuff, and they keep messing with something else.
Mm-hmm. It does suck that the people did die. That's definitely not a good thing to have happen ever. But the person probably had mental illnesses or something going on with them.
Oh, yeah.
If,
Well,
if
I
the
don't know.
person played, yeah, that's mainly most of the causes. But I don't think video games are going to be a cause for this type of thing, even with the statistics that big universities are doing. If they don't agree with it, I think that would make sense. They don't agree there's a correlation, then there's not one.
Game of Thrones isn't like the biggest violent show that's been on for the past 8 years or whatever.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with anything. Except for incest. Oh, yeah. No. Okay. Let's go on.
No, please.
Yeah, please let's go on. Some more lighter news, but smaller news as well, is apparently there's an enhanced edition of System Shock 2 coming out, and System Shock 2 is like one of the most renowned games for PCs, and if it wasn't made, then we wouldn't have BioShock, which is also one of the greatest influential games of our time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they fix all the actual control problems and make it modern, and it should be fun.
Yeah, no telling. But yeah, it's done so by Night Dive Studios, which I guess oversaw the re-release of the System Shock 2 in 2013. So that's cool that they're working on enhanced. I've never played this game, but of course I've played BioShocks. So if they are basically the predecessor of BioShock, it should be a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, I haven't played it either, but I've heard just great things about it.
And if they're doing a enhanced edition, hopefully they up-res the graphics. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I did read a fun little story about System Shock, though, that I guess, so System Shock 1 was in limbo for a very long time. Like, the game was made, it was out for a while, and then video game company went downhill or something. The game rights went into limbo, so the game didn't get updates, he didn't get anything. And then apparently some random dude, like some fan, he updated the game just so he could play it and updated it correctly on their, like, because I guess the what is it, Trevor, like the insides of the game, like the game programming got leaked.
Okay.
And he got into it and fixed the patches that he needed to, and then released it to everyone so they could use it on their system.
Nice. Oh, ain't that insane?
And he put his name as like Le Corbeau, and nobody knows who that is. This has been for like 10 plus years now. Nobody's figured out or knows who this guy is that fixed it. He's just a random dude that fixed it, and is like which makes me laugh because of the game it is. That's kind of the whole point of the game, is to have the like weird coincidences, and that's kind of what this is.
That's cool. Well, hey, sometimes when a game doesn't work and you're kind of annoyed, you're going to fix it. Eventually, or you're going to hope someone else does. So the Le Corbeau person probably got really annoyed that they're possibly, if they keep patching, it's probably one of their favorite games. Had bugs. They were like, well, I want to play this game clean. Let's go.
Well, like we talked about last week, nerds, man. Like they put hours and hours into things and hopefully just do it for themselves. Like we talked about Daggerfall. Like they were like, he's probably like, I don't care if anyone plays this. I'm just gonna do this for myself.
Yeah.
Just insane that it helps and benefits all the other nerds who don't know how to do that.
Hey, it's the power of programming. That's all you got.
Yep. Through the power of programming and motivation, we'll save the world.
Yeah, this person definitely had lots of motivation for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think the new Captain Planet would have a computer techie ring of like environmental safetiness through computers or recycled computer parts?
I, I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't
maybe.
I don't know. That just popped in my head while we were talking about this.
It's kind of random, but I mean, maybe.
I would hope so. I want to see a new Captain Planet. I want to see what it looks like. No one else?
It'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
No, I've never seen Captain Planet to begin with. So, what? It's from 1996. I was literally 1 year old.
See, showing your age, showing our age, making me sad.
Oh, sorry, that was the final episode. That was 1990. I wasn't even born. So, like, I'll correct that.
Well, Kevin, do you hurt like I hurt?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
He opens his mouth and he's like, I'm super young, and I cringe a little bit.
Yep.
All right, let's get into happy zone now. Let's get past this. Speaking of games that probably came out way before your age, Grandia HD collection. Apparently, it's the collection of Grandia 1 and 2, which are extremely expensive on Amazon right now. They're originals. So if you actually just want to play the game with updated graphics, which is super awesome for a like old style turn-based RPG, then done.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this, I hope, as soon as possible.
I will definitely be getting it as well. Like, it's updated graphics, updated systems as well to compete with the Switch that's coming out on.
And I love the HD graphics aren't like 3D polygons that suck like they did with all the old Final Fantasies, but it actually looks like updated pixel art and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, which is nice. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like, I never played Grandia 1. I played Grandia 2 back in the day when I was probably very young, like always.
Yeah.
But when I was playing it, I got to the point to where about halfway into the game, and then it came up on the screen, insert disc 2. I was like, what? There's a disc 2? Like, I knew disc 2s existed, because I played with a couple of games. I was like, well, there's a disc 2 where? I was looking, couldn't do anything. And I had rented it from Hastings, where I went to Hastings to talk to them about it, and they said that they throw out all their second discs because that's where all the art, the music, and all that stuff's on. I was like, but that's where the actual second game part of the game is.
That's awesome.
So like, I got a free game rental from it, but still,
Right?
never got to beat the game.
Gotta love old times when you're just like, no, I don't need this.
No, you definitely need the second disc. That's for sure.
Yeah. Remember, children, there was a time where like no one cared about video games or nerd stuff, and they were ignorant about it.
Hell, I remember when Netflix still got sent to the mailbox. Like, you got Netflix in the mailbox every week.
Well, you can still do that now.
Yeah, but like at the beginning, or
Trevor, no, you can't. Like, no, nobody does that now.
You can. It's literally just
that.
designed to acquire like the new movies, new releases, and everything that Netflix doesn't have on their shows on their actual streaming platform. But yeah, no one's. There's probably like maybe 5,000 people that do it. But yeah, not many people do it.
now they just do Redbox for the new stuff.
Yeah.
What a great idea! Good for them. Whoever made Redbox, they saw that streaming was going to come available and all the stores were going to close, and they're like, you know what? We'll do a simple thing. Good for them.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go into the movies because that's really all the video games. It's been pretty dead. It's going to be dead in August.
Yeah, September is where all the good games come out.
Oh yeah, September and then so forth, because that's when all the holiday games come out.
Yep.
All right, first movie to talk about, of course, is 46 Meters Down Uncaged. And you're like, what is that? And you're going to realize it's probably an amazing shark movie, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, 47 Meters Down Uncaged is amazing. I'm so excited for that movie. But I also love big dumb shark movies, and I always have. So me, Cardwell, and another friend that lives here, we're all going to go watch it sometime soon because it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. We saw the first one in the movie theaters, and it was great. It was insanely hilarious, most of it.
Yeah.
And the fact
it was fantastic.
they made a sequel, and I can't wait to see what dumb shenanigans this one has.
Like the first one, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to hear it, get out right now for a second. Come back.
Like 2 minutes.
The first one, literally, they would just tell what they're gonna do and then go do it. Like, hey, there's a shark cage that's all rusty. We should not get in it. They go and get in it. Hey, we're gonna get at the bottom of this and the rope's gonna break. They get in the bottom of it and the rope breaks. And I'm just like, God, this is awful.
Yeah,
I love all of it.
Every horror movie trope that you can think of. And it was stupid because, like, the main character's sister was like, she just put her through a guilt trip. Like, oh, you need to live your life because your boyfriend ruined it or some, like,
yeah, it was
bull
terrible.
crap.
It was so terrible. I was like, guys, y'all need to do better.
Right?
Come on now.
Like, the main character would have been alive if she could have just done what she wanted to do and go home. Sister, instead of ruining her life.
Yep.
And getting her,
whatever.
Getting her killed. That's right. We already said spoiler alert, so suck it. They all die. It was so good.
Don't watch any of these movies. You will regret
One
it.
didn't die. One just went crazy.
But wasn't she drowning at the end, or did someone actually come pick her up? I can't remember.
No, she got saved, but she went all crazy because
the oxygen.
She had to deoxygenize at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, while being bled to death at the same time.
Yeah.
And don't listen to Trevor.
No, totally listen to me. If you love B-rated terrible movies, by all means go with them. If you don't watch it.
I mean, we saw Lake Placid, wasn't it, recently?
Oh, dude, Lake Placid's so good.
God, man. It was extremely terrible, but entertaining at the same time. Also, people just making dumb mistakes the whole time. The father could have, like, saved his leg. He could have saved his arm. He could have done everything if he just wasn't dumb. All right. Now, next movie, you can talk about this, Trevor, because speaking of lower tier C movies, the Angry Birds movie 2 is coming out.
No, don't listen to them. This one's probably going to be better than the 47 meters down, probably.
You're crazy.
But for those that have seen the first one, the Angry Birds movie, it was pretty good. And in this one, it's basically just the pigs and the birds actually live in harmony. And of course, a new threat happens. Because why not?
Because of money reasons.
Yeah, that's basically the only reason. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be entertaining for sure. It's definitely going to be a decent, watchable movie, I believe.
That's when we know you are a sucker for animation. Because when you like stuff like this.
I like animation. Animation's just good. It's decently clean. It's just nice. And they can get away with many different things in animation. That's why I like it.
Oh, yeah, let's go on the next movie. It's a The Good Boys, or Just Good Boys. Either way, it should be fun. It reminds me of good old Judd Apatow style movies, because of course Superbad. That's what it reminds of us most of the time. But basically, some kids play with their father's drone. It gets broken or lost, and they try to find it. And of course, a lot of hilarious things are supposed to ensue.
Yeah, hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This movie's gonna be ridiculous, and it's gonna be pretty epic to watch.
And it's like middle school kids, right?
Yeah, they're like middle schoolers finding all the terrible things that adults do.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be hilarious.
And one of the producers is Seth Rogen, so he's putting his money back behind it. It feels good. I don't know about the writer or director. Well, the director did Bad Teacher and Super Bad Movie Year One. So who knows? Who knows if this is going to be good? But I think it might be. I have faith.
Me too.
Like currently, it has at least I think 6 times the rating that Bad Teacher had, or Year One had, and then I think maybe 3 times the rating Bad Teacher had from the actual critics. So there's hope.
And we're talking about Rotten Tomatoes here.
Yeah, so that's the only place I go just to laugh at the critics' reviews.
You hate Batman versus Superman?
It's kind of a bad movie, yeah. I can't.
No, it's not kind of bad. That movie's bad.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
We're bad. Or Ben Affleck. He got a worst of it all.
Yep.
And with that, that pretty much ends the first half of the podcast where we go through everything. The next part is all about the things that cost thousands of dollars for no reason for Magic and TCG, like any of the TCG things. So if you're not into that, then I hope you have a good night, have fun, but please welcome the rest of the podcast if you are. And the first things first, we're gonna talk about Magic. This weekend, the MTG Arena was a Mythic Championship qualifier is happening this weekend, and we actually have someone that goes to our local store who's actually qualified for it. So congratulations to him.
Which is always nice.
It's gonna be pretty epic to see what happens. Like, he's super stoked for it. I don't know what's gonna happen or how he's gonna do it or not, but we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of rules that you have to do to follow up with it because it's an online thing. So to fully hook up to online, get this tournament going, get picked for it, and then play, it's probably very nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah, the tournament's going to be interesting. Isn't this like the first big tournament that Magic is doing with Arena?
It's Mythic Championship 5. So it's the second one. Because the first one on Arena, I'm looking at the schedule, was the third one, Mythic Championship 3.
Oh, okay.
And I watched that one. That was pretty cool. And then it looks
Gotcha.
like the fifth one is this one in Long Beach, California.
So hopefully, like, there's no like cheaters or anything if they're at their house doing this type of tournament, or do they have to go there for the qualifier, or they get to stay at their house for the qualifier?
I do believe so.
Pretty sure the qualifier is at home. But for the championship, you get to travel.
Gotcha. I wonder if there's going to be any like cheaters or how many cheaters they actually get for this, because that would kind of suck if you play against a cheater that hacks and then you lose and then you're out for like an hour and they finally catch them, but it's too late to put you back in.
Well, I feel like the only way you can super cheat is like de-doxing your opponent.
I have no idea, honestly.
Well,
Or something to that nature. Because, I mean, right now I have not heard...
there could be quite a bit of hackers. Oh, they're just not going to tell you right in your face, like, hey, this is how you do this. They're just going to have it. And they're going to tell their, like, specific small community of where to get it, how to do it, and then you'll never know.
Nerds will point that stuff out. Like, no one has caught cheaters yet on Arena. And it hasn't been a big news, so far, that's good,
Hey, that's good. Yes, they're not having to worry about anything, so that's definitely a good plus.
Definitely. So hopefully they do it well. And it's weird that, of course, the online portion for Arena actually plays way more than the tabletop Arena. So max payout for the prize pool for the qualifier or not for the qualifier. Qualifier, you get paid in gems, which is hilarious. And if you haven't played Arena, gems are like their money currency for the thing. So if you get 5 wins, you get 12,000 gems, which is quite a bit, actually.
You get that, and on top of, you get 200. Oh, yeah, you get also another 2,000 on top of it. Because as long as you make day 2, you get 2,000. And then if you win more, you get more.
And then, of course, if you win, you get to be part of the actual championship tournament, which they have a max payout of $750,000. I don't know how big of a top that reaches, like top 64, but still.
That's quite a bit.
But still, that is okay. Here we go. First place gets $100,000.
It's pretty good.
That's more than what most pro players actually win in a lifetime of tabletop.
Apparently, yeah.
But that is also stressful because it's on 24/7. So you can be in the top 500 and then all of a sudden be kicked to the top 1,000 and then you have to grind yourself up like in the next hour, So for our local to do that, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he didn't mentally break down at any point, but good for him.
And all you got to do is play Magic Online at home. Really? Great. Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. He's excited to see. He's mostly been on the what is it? Field of the Dead deck, and that deck's pretty hilarious in general. And then the other thing I like about it is that the people right now have made an anti-Field of the Dead deck, and it's actually kind of hilarious because it's just it runs like 4 mainboard Legion's Ends and 4 mainboard Blood Suns. So you're just like, I hate your lands, all of them. Die.
If you don't know what Fill the Dead does, it's basically you control so many different name lands, and then whenever you play a land, you get a 2/2 zombie. So you just go crazy with that. Make a bunch of 2/2 zombies.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And if you get top 68, okay, you still get $7,500
That's still pretty good.
for sucking. Yeah, 29 to 68, you get 7,500.
At top 68,
Mm-hmm.
goodness. Yeah, that's insane for doing nothing. Like, I'm not saying do nothing because you're doing a lot, but for literally playing Magic, that's crazy.
And sucking at Magic. Well, you're sucking compared to the other people.
And for that one, do they actually have to travel somewhere, or do they get to still play that at their house? Because if they have to travel, then the 7,000 would be expenses for traveling there, so it'd be understandable. They would probably walk away with maybe about a good 4,000, 5,000 out of their expenses that they paid. But if they get to play at their house, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of money.
I'm looking. It doesn't actually say, but I'm pretty sure will take place at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like something you'd have to go there for. And hey, you don't got to worry about printing cards or having cards for you. You don't have to worry about them getting stolen. You just have an online account. That's it. All your cards are there. You don't got to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to carry all the baggage.
You don't have to worry about having every single card being non-foil, everything being perfect. Because your opponent can't call a judge on you to kind of like say that they're cheating with their sleeves or they shuffled wrong or anything like that. So that eliminates the bad player type of attitude.
I wonder how much cheaper it is for them just to do this, because they probably don't have to hire that many judges at all, right?
Yeah, they probably only have to do. I would say you have to have the head judge, and then I would probably say 4 could get you by. I don't know how many they normally have, but just have people there to ask questions, to answer the questions, and you're good. Or maybe no judges, because hey, it's already online. If you messed up online or it didn't work the way you thought, well, too bad.
Must be for them to actually, because we didn't talk about this, but it does pay more than tabletop, because Arena, they pay out 250,000. Wait, 250,000 more than tabletop. So normally Cardboard Magic is 500,000 payout. I don't know. That's crazy. But with that, we'll go into Force of Will. If you all want to go ahead and take it on.
So upcoming weekend, this weekend as well, is the Glendale GP. It is the final Grand Prix of the 2019 season, I do believe, for America, for North America. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I think it's going to be really, really good for what it is, and it's going to be really fun. It's just we're going to have to see what all happens and what shows up.
So me and Kevin will definitely be there the 17th and the 18th. Well, we'll be there the 18th if we make day 2. Or if there's not a day 2, then we'll be 17. And then we'll try to, we're aiming for first, of course.
Yep.
But we'll be leaving pretty early to get there because it's quite a bit of a trip for us. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully a lot of people show up. Hopefully the store there that's running it does pretty good. Everything works out well. And I hope I want it to snow. I know it's like 100+ degrees there for that weekend because I've already looked at it. But I kind of want it to snow so they would like negate each other.
I don't know about geography much, but I'm pretty sure it never snows there. Ever. In Arizona.
That would suck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Yeah, pretty sure.
'Cause I'm not looking for 104 to 108 degrees. No, just not.
You gotta pack light.
I don't even know about that, and I might just want to pack ice bags.
I mean, it's probably a pretty good op, really.
Just a bunch of underwear so you don't get that swamp ass.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Portable air conditioner,
Right?
something. Just drag it with me. Like, what is that? It's portable AC. It's hot here.
With an extension
A
cord.
portable AC.
Something. Maybe you got a battery bank and just straight up power to it.
Well,
I'm up for options.
I am pretty sure with the store that is locally there, they're gonna have a powerful AC for y'all. So hopefully you're good.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
They live in it.
Exactly.
They probably have adapted. They probably do not fear the heat.
Evolution just taking over.
They probably don't fear the heat. So I'm hoping that's not the case and they do got an AC. Otherwise, it's not going to be a fun tournament. It'll be fun, but it'll be a long tournament.
Right. Well, I mean, there is something to say about that. Like Europe right now and Britain, they're going through a heat wave, and their heat wave is like 90 degrees, which doesn't sound bad to us, Texans or whatever. But it's because they are a naturally cool 60 or 70 all the time with cloudy skies.
Yeah, it's like 74 here right now, and it's still kind of hot.
Well, yeah, at like late midnight, it's 74.
Yeah.
And yeah, it still feels musty and gross.
Yeah, but they've never dealt with that over there. So they're just like, what do we do?
Exactly.
Yeah, which is understandable.
And what else? The full set's been declared, yeah?
Yeah, the full set for the Decisive Battle of Valhalla has been released. You can go on their website, look at it all. They released the final new cards a couple of days ago for us during the weekend, and they're pretty good. They're basically they're dual stone creatures, resonators. So what I mean by that is they allow your magic stones of a certain type to produce another color, so as long as you control them. So they benefit you in playing multiple colors, and you can, if you're playing that color, you can guarantee it turn one almost, just because one of them is the Angel Zeus. It's 1 white, 4/4. Your light magic stones have to produce water, so you're basically always going to have a light stone guaranteed, and then you're going to have water stones and light stones later. And with the whole release of the full set, they also fully released all the reprints that they put in that they're actually having for the set. I don't approve of the way they went about the reprint. I was okay with all the resonators being reprinted because, yes, people are having difficulty getting them. The only problem I have is they also printed runes. Not runes slash chants. Or chants slash runes. They printed actual runes. And no one's ever going to need more than one of these, because you can't play more than one of them. Because you can't put them in your main deck. And I know that Force of Will is trying to do like a lot of like limited formats, try to make it more friendly, to make it a little bit better. That's what they did with the Ray Cluster. And they've been trying to do with this since we have the Draft Rulers. Well, the Draft Ruler can't use any of the rune cards unless they change the comprehensive rules, just because rune cards can only be used by the attribute of their color. So all of them, so you're basically going to have a pool of half your cards are dead, and even if they weren't, you can only use one of them. You can't even put in your main deck. I don't feel like that was a good idea.
Yeah, because those are just dead cards now if you try to draft or sealed.
Yeah.
And there might be a lot.
Like, by all means, a Brunhild's Wrath is a great card, because J-Ruler. In a draft, you can't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it. Like, I understand people are needing them. They didn't want to reprint the starter decks. Great way to do it. I think they should have done something slightly different. Like, probably added all of them to this, to a pack on the side to replace all the lands, just one ofs. I think it would have been better for that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know, man. I think those new dudes are going to be pretty sweet.
No, like, the new dudes are going to be great.
The new little one-drop dudes.
Yeah, the new guys look great. The mana dork things look fun. Especially with Kingdom of Diversity, which we'll have to, return and see what happens there. For sure.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna have to have like a 200,026 or 226,226,000 swinging in your face. Gotta have that.
Is that really a thing? Is she really
Well,
that big?
at the current moment, it's a possibility. Yes, that is what happens.
Gross.
But until the comprehensive rules comes out, we'll have to wait and see if they change something.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna have to. That's ridiculous.
And if you play it, you're probably gonna have to have a list of every single one of the races approved by a judge. So when your opponent asks how many races are there, like here you go, here approved by judge.
Yeah, and laminate
So
it too, please.
Laminate it, yeah. And then you'd be like, here, I've counted them all. They're this many. This is how big this is. You can count them if you want. And your opponent's gonna look at that and be like, I ain't counting that.
Like, just
It's enough to kill me.
yeah, just hopefully kill it. If not, you're dead.
Yeah.
But and then all the new cards do look fun. They look super busted. So we'll see how the balancing act goes, because it seems like it's going to be playing. There's one deck that's going to be played.
Yeah, I think a lot of multiple decks will be played, but one of them definitely will be predominant. I agree.
And of course, if you're listening to this on the time release, we'll be doing a set review pretty soon. So stay tuned for that on the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
With that, and also we've been playing. There's another TCG. You know, a new competitor or new competitor has arrived, and it's Argent Saga. We talked about it a little bit 2 weeks ago, but we actually got our hands on it and played it.
Yeah, we were able to get some of the intro decks, get some boxes, play with them, build our decks, play test, all that stuff. It was interesting. It's definitely a lot of us, all the people that played actually enjoyed the game. So hopefully it'll start thriving around our locals. So we make it bigger and bigger.
I hope so too, because even Magic's dying. Like in some places, it's just insane how sad this town is with nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing really ever catches on or stays on. And I just hope that, like, I had fun with what I played with someone else's deck, and it was pretty fun.
It seems interesting. I like that you can be color restricted into specifically your champion and your spirit. Super nice, super like balanced for that, because you have to actually think how you want to build something. Will this do better? Will this do better? It's pretty nice. I dislike that there are exclusive promos that are legal to play.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're like extremely difficult to get. Like if you by chance if you printed them in the set, by all means, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Flaunt your money, flaunt your prowess, go for it. But to have something that is hard to get and it's like $200 to acquire and it's legal to play,
right?
But you got to spend so much money to get it. I don't know how I feel about that.
I agree. They should like print it off in some other form or fashion, because there's a card I want from Gen Con promo, and yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to play with that guy, but he's extremely powerful.
The Buckeye of the Loyal?
The one that puts counters on walls.
Oh, yes, that one.
That guy, insane. Every time you play a water spell, you put a counter on one of your defending towers that are alive, and it gets plus 500 life. And at any time, you can remove all counters from all towers and basically kill a dude. Just murk a dude.
Good lord, that dude's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also 3 for a 20.
Yeah, 3-drop.
So that's, yeah. The dude is really good, especially when you're playing water. But, because you're just like, cool, I'm gonna make sure you can't kill my tower by casting a spell. Because you're playing water. I'm gonna bounce you 2 dudes, get a counter. Oh, your power is no longer high enough to kill this. So nothing happens, and I just dealt with 3 of your dudes.
Exactly. For like 1 or 2 mana, pretty much, or stones, or energy, or whatever.
Yeah. I understand that they wanted to make super, like, secretive cards to make them super nice for people to have.
For collectors, yeah.
But why make it legal if no one else can acquire it? Because I'm pretty sure some of them have to spend a lot of money just to acquire this. Yeah. If it was in the set, wow, that's awesome.
And
Be cool.
maybe they will once like they start having more and more tournaments, and then they start realizing these people who just it's a pay to win system. And they're like, oh, these people who have these cards will always win. We need to do something about it.
Yeah, like you can acquire it. The card in particular is called Ash, the Glacial Sorcerer. You can acquire them for $36. You only need 3, but that's still $100 to acquire a card you can only get through like this promo system.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. Other than that, game's super fun. Definitely recommend it if you haven't looked at it. So definitely take a look. And because they're just starting out.
Yep.
It can only get better.
Right. And it seems solid, and it doesn't seem super overpowered besides the ones we were just talking about. And yeah, and we're thinking about doing some coverage on it, so please let us know if you'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, and one more piece of news for the Argent Saga. They did state that the expansion pack 1 Generations is coming out. It is 25 cards, and it's releasing September 12th. So hopefully it'll be pretty good. From what it looks like, it's going to be like a lot of Argent cards, or they're colorless. No color identity to them. And they seem to be pretty good.
That seems so early, though, from when it just released the
Yeah.
other thing. Maybe it's because we got ours later, but it feels so
Yeah.
quickly.
It
Jesus.
is a month and a week after a release. So hopefully they don't just keep doing that, pumping out cards, because that'll definitely hurt a game for the amount of continuous releases.
Yeah.
You definitely want to wait, give it a good amount of time. I understand there's only one set currently, which I understand that they want to pump out some cards so that they can have a community to play, do their tournaments, and so forth, so on. But I don't know. I think maybe 25 cards being released is a decent number for like just a quiet expansion. They do call it Expansion Pack 1, so I wonder how many they're going to be doing of this. I just hope Light gets more than one unit that's a common, because that's all they got in the trail.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, Light, you get one common dude, and the common dude's not really that good because you kind of he defeats your purpose of what you're going with, but he also doesn't, because you're playing gears, and he wants you to ditch a gear to deal 1,000 to something, which is good, but I don't know if it's worth it because you have to more or less pitch 2 things to kill something.
Yeah.
Or 3, and there's not many gears you want to run in your deck, so it's kind of like counterproductive.
That should be good. How are you enjoying it, Kevin?
I love it. I think the game's a lot, like, I was kind of skeptical going into it, not gonna lie, because I was just like, new game, I don't know, we'll see. But it surprised me a lot. I enjoy the way it plays. It's very simple in what you do. However, it's got a lot more like strategy to it than you'd imagine. Because the towers having special abilities is really what makes the game pretty crazy. Because there's a whole extra defense there that you have to pay attention to, and that's what I like about it for that aspect of it. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, not having to deal with a life total, so you don't need a pen and pad to write it down, and then maybe lose track by accident somehow.
Right.
But yeah, like you have to be careful because, like, by all means, you kind of want to hit. You're okay with hitting a water tower to let them draw 2 cards. You're okay with hitting a light tower for them to get a dude, because that's fine. You can deal with any of that. When you hit a red, the fire and the wind that actually deal with your dudes,
Yeah.
definitely not fun, because you're like, oh, I need to hit that, but I don't want to lose my dude. So you got to think. You got to play around that and all that.
Especially if you're behind on towers. If they have 2 and you have 1, you're like, well, one of those towers is gonna bounce 2 of my dudes or kill a dude.
Yeah.
I better you gotta stock up, and you can't. You can't just keep playing dudes. You can only have 5 at a time, so you have to have that strategy too.
Yeah, I always hope for hitting the wind tower early, so that way I don't have to
Right.
deal with it later. I'm like, great, that thing's out of my way. Fantastic.
Yeah, hitting those terrible ones early, golden. If you can, you want the water tower to be the last one you hit for sure.
Yeah, totally. Well, that brings up to the end of the trading card section there. I think that was pretty good. Anyone else have something to talk about?
Yes. Recently, I don't know who this person is or where it might have been, where it came from, but if you have arachnophobia, you definitely will not want this. But if you are a spider lover, then you probably want this. Apparently, somebody decided to sell a mouse that had an actual live spider in it. It's, of course, dead. You don't have to worry about it attacking you or moving, or I would assume it wouldn't move. But it is just in case. It glows in the dark, and wherever your palm rests, that's where the spider's at. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about that, just to the fact that someone actually put a spider into a mouse. And of course, everybody uses mouses nowadays, so
It's kind of weird.
it's weird, but Amazon is sold out on them, so I'm assuming people bought it because they liked it.
Show off your inner goth while you phone people on the computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thing. What? All I can think of is the word that you use is encased, but like it's basically gel or frozen, and I just think of Jurassic Park when I think of that.
Yeah, could be like that.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure this one's not gonna go knocking down stuff for you to go get you.
Yeah, no thanks. Please get spiders away from me. No, thank you. All right, Kevin, you have anything to talk about?
No, not that I can really think of. Not off the top of my head. Nope.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. I can't think of anything important to say or whatever. I'm still playing Bloodstained Ritual of Night, so that's been fun. But with that, we'll go ahead and end it here. We're close to an hour. Seems fun. Seems good. With that, thank you everyone for joining here at Lounging by the Fireside on Geektopia Island. So I'm Cardwell.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Trevor.
All right, y'all have a good night. Goodbye.
Later.
See you.